Being an artist and running an art business is already difficult as is from a business perspective. But what people don't always consider are the emotional hurdles of being an artist and running a business. From our own personal experience, even though a lot of our videos so far are instructional and share practical business strategies, we have found that the most draining and biggest barrier to our success has been ourselves, our own self-doubt and criticism. Things like, I'm not good enough. My work sucks. Why am I doing this? Am I doing the right things? I'm not getting enough external validation and support from my friends, family, or Instagram. Half kidding on the last one. Today, I wanted to talk through a mindful approach we have taken to try to combat this crippling self-doubt and criticism that prevents us from moving forward. Determining what your own values are and developing your own internal self-validation. Let's start off with illustrating what our company, Easy Sunday Club's values are and how we have used it to combat self-doubt and even help with our decision-making process. We came up with 5 values that are most important to us, but you can have more or less. You can decide what's the right number for you, but it shouldn't be so long that you can't remember them. Our first value is integrity and authenticity in what we do or create. Second value is education and democratizing information, such as creating this video. Our third value is empowering other creatives. Our fourth value is be open to experimentation and continuous learning. Our last and fifth value is having a sustainable business model, which includes both not being wasteful and having a work-life balance. This set of values took some time and concentration to come up with, but it's very important to us for a few reasons. First is a guiding post for decision making. We continually come up with new ideas for products or content or revenue streams, and it can cause a lot of decision fatigue and analysis paralysis. But when we have our values, we can scrutinize these ideas to see if they align with those values. For example, if someone comes up to us and say, hey, you should make a book, or you should make a tote bag, or you should reach out to Nordstrom, how do those ideas fare against our values? Should we even listen to them, or how do we prioritize them? Second, and most importantly, we use it as an internal metric to measure the success of ourselves and our business, rather than relying on external sources of validation like Instagram likes and followers. Traditional societal metrics for success are how much money you make and how many followers you have on social media. But we have a hypothesis that no matter how much money you make or how many likes you get, it will never be enough. You'll always be chasing the next paycheck or the next milestone or the next big number, and when you do reach it, it will never fill that void. There's a psychology term for this called the Hedonic Treadmill, which refers to our tendency to return to our baseline happiness level relatively quickly after a positive or negative event. We believe that a more sustainable and healthy approach is to make sure you are living by your values every day. Each day, we can assess if what we're doing is hitting those values. If we are actually successful, and it empowers and validates what we're doing despite what our peers or competitors are doing. For example, today I'm making this video about self-doubt and emotional health of a business owner. Am I doing it for YouTube ad revenue? Not necessarily, and definitely not first and foremost. But will it result in YouTube revenue? Maybe. I'm doing it because it aligns with our values. It's authentic in that it's something I really care about sharing. It's educational in that it's sharing information we believe will be helpful in empowering the creative. This is a new type of emotional video that I'm curious to try out, so it checks off the experimentation box. Lastly, I'm doing it at a cost that's not detrimental to my family or health. You can use these values to combat your own self-doubt. During those dark times as an artist where you are criticizing yourself for not doing enough, being enough, or are as far along as you think you should be at the current stage of your career, you can validate to yourself that you are successful because you are living by your values. And you can see that these principles are not limited to creatives. So how do you come up with these values? Well, this is the approach we have taken. First, you take a piece of paper or iPad or any writing surface and write down a list of words or short phrases that resonate with you. If you need some ideas, we'll share a couple of links below on the list of values that we found on the internet. But I encourage you to try to come up with your list of words and phrases first, because that's going to feel the most authentic. And of course, feel free to reference our list of values as well. The second step after you've done that is start bucketing those words and phrases into categories. They could be one category related to the type of products you want to see out there in the world, your personal values and how you want to treat people, etc., etc. Next step, you'll start consolidating those categories of words and phrases into the one that succinctly communicates what you care about the most. Hopefully at the end, you'll come up with a list of values that are short and sweet and really clearly communicate your company values, which also reflect your personal values. After you've come up with your preliminary list, try them on for the next week or two by stepping away and rereading them and checking how they feel. I think it helps to draw a little bit of distance after you've been heads down brainstorming these ideas to make sure that they really feel authentic to you. You may realize that these are values that you've always lived by, but this is the first time you've actually put them down in writing. As you go through different experiences, you might also find that your values change, just like your priorities and your interests. That is okay. We are evolving creatures. So that's it. Let us know what you think of this approach and how this video worked for you. And remember, you don't have to have everything figured out. You just have to take the next step. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.